The Mesopotamian Civilization. In this module, you will learn about the various tribes which entered Mesopotamia, which affected the development of the Mesopotamian civilization. The word Mesopotamia means the land between rivers. It was due to the two rivers, Euphrates and Tigris, that the West Asian barren land had become very fertile. As food crops could be easily grown because of the fertility of the land, the northern hilly tribes and the southern nomadic tribes of the desert wanted to establish control over this area. Also, the most important area of the Mesopotamian civilization was the southern part of the valley, between the Euphrates and Tigris rivers, referred to as Babylonia. The northern part of Babylonia was called Akkad, and the southern part, Sumer. One important area of attraction of Babylonia was the beautiful hanging gardens, which were created on the banks of the river Euphrates around 7th century BC. The northern part of Mesopotamia was known as Assyria. Although there were many conflicts among the tribes to gain control over the fertile land, it led to the emergence of a strong race. The tribes which entered the fertile valley of Mesopotamia were the Sumerians, Babylonians, Assyrians, and Persians. These tribes used the system of writing called cuneiform for 30 centuries. Sumerians, the hilly tribe from the north, were the first to enter Mesopotamia in 4000 BC. They were also the first ones to evolve a system of writing in Mesopotamia. They used to worship their gods on top of the hills. However, after coming to the plains, they built artificial hills and established their places of worship there. These were called ziggurat. They did not know to build stairs and therefore surrounded them with sloping galleries. The Jews called these the Towers of Babel. The Sumerians were overpowered by the Akkadians, one of the tribes of the Arabian desert. These are known as Semites. They formed the first united empire where the city-states of the Sumer were united under one ruler. Also, the Akkadian language replaced the Sumerian language during this time. After 1,000 years, the Akkadians were ruled over by the Amorites, another Semitic tribe. The most famous king of the Amorites was Hammurabi, who built a beautiful palace for himself in Babylonia. He framed the codes of law in order to protect the rights of all sections of Babylonian society, especially women and slaves. After the Amorites, the Hittites occupied the valley. The Hittites were overpowered by the Assyrians, who were the followers of Asura, the desert god. The Assyrians occupied the whole of West Asia and Egypt till about 7th century BC and collected taxes from all the people there. The Chaldeans were another Semitic tribe who re-established Babylonia in the 7th century BC and developed it into a prominent capital of that time. Nebuchadnezzar was the greatest king among them, who encouraged study of science. The Chaldeans were attacked by the Persians in the 6th century BC. 200 years later, Alexander transformed this place of the Semitic people into a Greek province. After the rulers of the Romans and Turks who followed Alexander, this civilization declined and turned into a wilderness. Let us now recap all the important points that we have covered in this module on the Mesopotamian civilization.